In a game that was about the quarterback matchup, no question that advantage Chucky Keaton and the Utah State Aggies as we go to the fourth. He has 4 touchdowns, 3 passing, 1 rushing TD, while David Fales 2 interceptions. After a third quarter that ran nearly an hour, here's Fales to throw on the first play of the first quarter, incomplete. An important update to pass along. Benet Ben Wickery, we are told that he has movement in all of the extremities. He has been taken to the hospital for precautionary measures. That word coming from San Jose State Sports Information Director Lawrence Phan, the Hall of Famer, the COSIDA Hall of Fame. Lawrence Phan gives us that update. First 2 passes of the fourth quarter incomplete from Fales.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in. You're trying to fight your way back into this game, stretch the field. And for a defense, the time when you tee off up front, in the secondary, they start playing center field looking for those turnovers. Not a fun spot to be in as a quarterback.
Complete. Nice grab. Crawley.
It's one thing, David Fales and San Jose State, they have not laid down. They're still trying to give it everything they can to fight their way, claw their way back into this game. How about this catch by Tim Crawley?
Now, this is obviously not going to be the best evaluation for David Fales. You factor in, he's lost 2 of his best receivers. He's lost his best running back. Simpson picks up very little there. Considering all of that, how do you evaluate David Fales? I mean, even on a night like tonight.
Yeah, but I went down and watched him before the game. I mean, he's got the size. He's got the arm strength to do it. I think his mobility might hurt him a little bit.
Incomplete forward pass.
I think he'll get a shot. He'll get an opportunity at the next level. And it depends on how he tests. I mean, you guys, all it takes is one team to give you a shot. Maybe a later round draft pick.
Todd McShay right now has David Fales 12th in the quarterback class, but it is a very deep quarterback class coming out this year.
Very talented quarterback class. I mean, we did the quarterback stock report, and it was hard to go with just 10. There were so many guys that were deserving.
4th down. A frustrating night for the Spartans continues. That's Noel Grigsby, who is the FBS active leader in receptions. Out indefinitely, probably for the year with a knee injury. We saw Jabari Carr leave the game in the first half. That's grabbed inside the 10. Not a fair catch. Natson gets out of bounds. Chucky Keaton and the Aggies get the football again, but we come back to San Jose. Spartan Stadium, San Jose, California. Carter Blackburn, Danny Cannell, Allison Williams, our hardworking Friday night crew. On a 37-12 football game, Chucky Keaton has 4 touchdowns total on the night and goes rushing for another first down to near the 20. Christian Tago with a tough stop. Laverne Keaton. A happy Keaton family. They can be proud of Chucky Keaton. Represents himself, university.
Yeah, on and off the field.
Extremely well. Says it's football in class, class in football. Spent his whole summer in Logan, Utah, leading workouts. DiMartino to the 25. Here's Allison.
Well, despite a commanding lead here for Utah State, they still want more. Coach Matt Wells was telling his guys on the sideline, no matter what San Jose State does, we need to get 1 more touchdown, and forget 1 more. Chucky Keaton's looking for 2 more, telling his guys before they took the field, let's go out and get 2 more here tonight. Not letting off the gas anytime soon.
Well, he was disappointed with the 14 they put up last weekend against an aggressive USC defense. 17-14 win for the Trojans over the Aggies. DiMartino to the 30. 1st and 10. Frustrating Mountain West Conference debut for San Jose State. Screen complete. Natson gets a couple. Keaton now 26 out of 39. DiMartino, nice run to near the first down marker. NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Dover Sunday, 1 o'clock on ESPN. That's 1 Eastern. Also live on Watch ESPN. Points leader Matt Kenseth, 2 for 2. Trying to knock out Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson.
Kenseth's been on fire.
Yes, he has. Sizable lead 2 races in. DiMartino makes it second down. Utah State's running the football. Obviously, with the lead here in the 4th, they're going to be running the football, but the rush yards now at 229, pass yards 230. So perfect balance for the Aggies. Trying to run the football, run the clock. Keaton keeps it, goes dancing to near midfield.
That's my only issue. When at this point in the game, you've got the game firmly in hand. I know you want to put up points, but first play of this drive, Chucky Keaton landed pretty hard on the ground on his shoulder. That one there, I think if I'm operating this offense right now as Matt Wells head coach, I'd probably tend to steer away from running Chucky Keaton on the ground. I know they're trying to run their regular offense, but he's the type of player that means so much to this program and this offense. You got to protect him.
Throwing on 3rd and 3, complete. Travis Reynolds to move the chains and give Utah State the ability to run some more clock. Now, in speaking of running quarterbacks, Charlie Ward was a running quarterback.
Yes, he was.
And I know when all this talk about fast break football and about basketball and grass and all that, the Seminoles were running.
Yes, we were.
Up tempo.
And it was interesting how he found it, because Charlie Ward early on in his career struggled, and we were behind in games, and we'd go 2-minute no huddle because we had to come back in the 4th quarter and had to score fast. And Coach Bowden was smart enough to say, you know what? We look really good when we do that. Let's just start the game in it. And it took off from there. And fortunately, I was lucky enough that he didn't go back to the traditional huddle, kept it in place with me when I followed right after Charlie Ward, and it was fun to play in. I tell you, the no huddle tempo, it's contagious. Guys start seeing defensive players with their tongues hanging out because they're tired, and you start just wanting to go faster and faster.
Marshall will make 3rd down. So why does it wear out a defense but doesn't wear out an offense when you go with the fast tempo?
Well, for one, the defensive line, they're constantly having to get down in that 3 points, in the stance, rush the passer. It's easier for offensive linemen to pass block because even in a short passing game, you get the ball out, they just have to get in their way for a second. And the defensive linemen are firing out every time. On the outside, you can shuttle in wide receivers much easier than you can shuttle in your 2 starting defensive backs.
Keaton.
How did he fit that in?
What a grab. Butler makes the catch.
That was a tight window right there. I mean, he zips this ball, quick release. Look at that, number 8. You saw Jimmy Pruitt, thought he had a chance on it, and then just blasted it right by him. That was a lot of that. I was looking at pregame on the field, watching Chucky Keaton in person, and you could see he just get nice quick release with some zip on it.
Marshall on 1st and 10.
You know, it's one thing to watch players on tape, but when you get and you see them on the field level and you see the ball come out, the way it spins, the way the velocity is.
Yeah, I noticed you taking notes in the notepad you keep when you walk around the field pregame to get some observations there on Chucky Keaton and David Fales. This is 2nd down and 1. Marshall slips out of the tackle from Smith and goes barreling inside the 10. 1st and goal for the Aggies. Well, as Allison reported, Chucky Keaton was lobbying for 2 more touchdowns. Step 1, get in the end zone in what will likely be the final drive.
Yes.
That is the perfect 4th quarter drive.
It really is. I mean, teams go, and they're not doing it. They're not worried about the clock. They're not snapping it with 2 and 3 seconds on the play clock. They're just running their offense, and they're executing almost to perfection on this drive.
Marshall. 2nd and goal. Nearing 250 rushing yards in the game for Utah State. 508 yards of total offense for the Aggies. They had only 285 last week. Different competition. That was at USC. This is at San Jose State.
And USC is struggling because of their offense. Their defense is playing extremely well at Southern Cal.
Second and goal here is Marshall stretching to the 1. It will be 3rd and goal from the 1 for Utah State. Chucky Keaton has 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown on the last Utah State possession.
They're going to run it down and call timeout when the play clock runs down.
Third down and goal for Keaton and the Aggies when we come back to San Jose.
ESPN College Football Primetime. Brought to you by Verizon. Reality Check. Verizon's 4G LTE is in more places than any other 4G network. And Lexus, introducing a car designed with one purpose, to stand apart. The all-new 2014 Lexus IS. It's your move.
Yosh Uchida, who is credited with making judo an Olympic sport, still attends every practice at San Jose State, well into his 80s, instructing the next generation of.
Yosh is a legend.
Yes, he is. Here at San Jose State, out of Utah State timeout. It is 3rd down and goal coming for the Utah State Aggies. Mountain West Conference matchup for 2 teams joining the Mountain West from the WAC. Play fake. Keaton goes down back inside the 5. Didn't get the touchdown he wanted.
No, tough to take a loss there too, because if they would have had 4th down a little bit closer, they might have been able to think about going for it. Kick the field goal here.
So here's Nick Diaz. Try and finish off the drive. What will be the 17th play of this drive that has already rolled off 8.5 minutes. Diaz 3 for 3 tonight. Diaz makes it 40-12. Take it away, Allison.
After Keaton got stopped there on 3rd and goal, came off the field smiling and said, maybe we should have run power. Utah State with the lead here in the 4th.
Aggies on their way to 2-0 in the Mountain West Conference. A 40-12 lead for Chucky Keaton and Utah State. here on Friday night from Spartan Stadium. Ogburn from inside the 5 for the Spartans. Flag down on the kick return.
During the return, holding, number 17, receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. First down.
Chance to look at Friday Focus, hashtag Friday Focus on Twitter. Getting you set for a full day. That's Hines Ward with Bob Stoops. Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Arizona on the plane for a big weekend in Seattle. 2 games in Seattle, Virginia at Pittsburgh, and what's now an ACC game. LSU getting ready for Georgia.
Can't wait to watch that game. These guys should be going at it pretty good.
This is Lawson in at running back. Blake Jurich is in at quarterback. So that means David Fales' night is done. 314 passing yards, but 2 interceptions, no TDs. Jurich, the junior from Santa Cruz. Arkansas and Texas A&M tomorrow.
These guys right here. Recognize those guys?
Yes.
One Brock Heward, and one David Norrie on the left.
The whale lives as well. Arkansas, Texas A&M. Yet David Norrie, former UCLA quarterback, our colleague, will be calling the game on ESPN Radio tomorrow. Now, we got a good story from Coach Carragher, one that I had never heard from David himself about the preparations for the Rose Bowl following the 1985 season as Jurich goes rolling across the 50. Yeah, Ron Carragher, who was on that UCLA team with David Norrie, said, David, so this is after the 85 season, gearing up for the Rose Bowl against Chuck Long in Iowa in 1986. Said David Norrie in practice. Play fake. Jurich throws an interception. 3rd interception thrown. Jeremy Morris has the interception, and he was down. So the 3rd interception thrown.
What happened to David Norrie?
Well, you will have to find out in just a moment.
I can't wait.
Stay awake, everybody. Welcome back to San Jose. It is Utah State 40, San Jose State 12 with 4:08 to go here in the 4th quarter. New Utah State quarterback is Craig Harrison. He hands off to Robert Marshall for a short gain. Now the thrilling conclusion.
Yeah, I can't wait. What is it, an 85 Rose Bowl? David Norrie's the quarterback. What happened?
Well, according to Ron Carragher, David Norrie, trying to goof around in practice and kick a long field goal, pulled his hamstring, which is why David Norrie did not start that Rose Bowl game opposite of Chuck Long in the 1986 Rose Bowl game. And I can already hear a rebuttal.
Yeah,
David Norrie in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And all I can tell you is, take it up with Ron. David,
that's right.
Take it up with Ron. Marshall driven back. It'll be 3rd down. And that one is Texas A&M at Arkansas. The Texas A&M band will not be performing during halftime in Fayetteville. Sticky, perhaps, memories from the Southwest Conference days between Arkansas and Texas A&M.
You'd get some Texas references in there. So
yes. Third down coming with Craig Harrison at quarterback for the Aggies. Complete. Nice catch for a 1st down for Utah State. Gunderson makes the catch. Now, Gunderson In fact, is marked short, about a yard short. So Gunderson trying to stretch to get to that yellow line at the 50. Didn't get there. Let's check in with Allison.
Carter, Utah State in line for the win, but a pretty big loss for them up front. Senior right guard Kyle Wimpy, who we saw suffer a knee injury earlier. Well, I've been told it's a torn patellar tendon, likely season ending. Now, the team will further evaluate him, but he feels like this is going to end his senior season. Certainly a big loss up front for a very close and very experienced offensive line.
Indeed, Allison. So that's Kyle Wimpy, the right guard, who's a senior. Younger brother Kevin, left tackle. Both began their careers at Idaho State, LDS Missions, and then continuing their careers at Utah State. But again, that's Kyle Wimpy. And a big concern for the Aggies moving forward. Senior right guard, apparently, as Allison reports, a knee injury and perhaps done for the season. San Jose State football. It's Blake Jurich quarterbacking. Cawson, nothing much doing. Saturday Night Football, ABC, the big win in the Big Ten. Wisconsin versus Ohio State, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC. Again, beginning that round robin the next few weeks in the Big Ten, with Ohio State at Northwestern next week, and then Wisconsin versus Northwestern on October 12th. A big beginning to October. Got the one tomorrow night at the end of September, and then the 2 games to begin October, with Ohio State at Northwestern, with game day potentially there in Evanston, and then Wisconsin Northwestern on October 12th. And I know, Danny, you have an upset special early in the day on Saturday. 3rd and 2.
Yes, South Carolina at UCF in Orlando at noon. It's a tough time to get these college kids woken up, ready to play. Blake Bortles, quarterback for UCF, dual threat guy. If he could put on some points, that could be an interesting game. They just had a big win against Penn State. UCF, they're playing with a lot of confidence.
We'll see UCF.
Set alert, not
yeah.
guaranteed.
Okay.
Set alert.
Okay.
A heads up kind of game.
I didn't say guarantee.
Right.
You got UCF Louisville.
I mean, people are calling their favorite person, if you know what I mean.
See UCF Louisville on a Friday night. And that's a potentially interesting game. Potential challenge for Teddy Bridgewater and Louisville. Well, Utah State passes the test tonight. The Aggies will go to 2-0 in Mountain West Conference play. They are 3-2 on the season. San Jose State loses their Mountain West Conference debut, and the Spartans are now 1-3 on the year. So Chucky Keaton with 4 touchdowns tonight, leading Utah State to a 40-12 win at San Jose State. For Danny Cannell, Allison Williams, our entire hardworking crew, I'm Carter Blackburn. All Aggies tonight. SportsCenter begins